to the land of long live play where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. It is I, as always, your boy Dad Ninja Dev, and I'm joined by my main man down in Florida, the outbreak epicenter itself, Mr. Delvin Cox. How's it going this morning?
It's going good, man. Just chilling. Didn't go to Breaking Loud because what is it? Not Breaking Loud. What is it called?
I don't know.
You know the festival that's down here? It's damn, I can't
No.
remember the name.
What festival? And why
don't go
would
to
Deb or I
festivals.
know?
How am I the coolest person on this podcast when I know this? Rolling Loud.
How are you
down here this week?
How are you the coolest person on this podcast? I don't know. How do you interview all the people you do? Maybe from all the work you put in? Like,
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
mean,
point.
yeah.
Rolling Loud's down here this week, and so it's really packed in the city. And I guarantee there are going to be thousands and thousands of cases of COVID to come out of it.
Well, you guys had 24,000 the other day, so
Yeah.
you guys are having Rolling Loud. Let's go ahead and up the ante.
yeah, I know, right? Like,
I feel like we just did this.
I feel like people didn't learn their lesson. Like,
I always look back to the good old SpongeBob meme where the villagers are like, "How many times we have to tell you this, old man?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fire behind them, and they're all angry. It's like, how many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yes.
Which is funny because the old man never actually did anything. It's just SpongeBob always blaming him.
Yes.
Oh, man. Damn it, Florida. Also joining us, of course, is the Secretary of the Spoil, the Platinum Prince, Miss Haley Nicole Miller. How are you this Sunday morning?
I am tired. I saw a friend for the first time since 2014 yesterday. So
Wow.
That's great.
Very cool. That's awesome.
yeah, we spent 4 hours driving around the city.
That's really cool.
We went up
Very
to we went
nice.
up to the canal because like St. Catharines is like right in the St. Lawrence shipping area. Like all the cargo ships come through St. Catharines because we have one of the locks of the canal here.
I don't know what any of that stuff is.
That sounds about as, like, I would know that like I know about Rolling Loud.
No, yeah, no, I know, but like Delvin, I'm sure you know what a canal is, right?
Yes, we have several in South Florida.
Okay, so it's one of the locks. Like the elevation level is different, so
Okay, I got you.
you have to raise and lower the water levels to bring the ships down to continue moving through the river.
Is this like a popular tourist attraction or something like
Yeah,
that?
there's a museum up there. It's got a ball hockey exhibit as well as like maritime history and stuff. There's also like the ball hockey pits for champions. There's a walking path alongside the canal and whatnot. We had a blast.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. That sounds awesome, actually.
The hell is ball hockey?
It's hockey played on concrete.
With a ball.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think we call it stick hockey down here.
I mean, also like it's the same thing as like it can be played on concrete or grass, and generally concrete. This is sexist, and I hate it, but generally, ball hockey played on grass is played by women, and ball hockey played on cement is played by men. Fucking stupid, if you ask me, but
Let me ask you a question. Is this because when the guys play ball hockey on concrete, they play it like people play real hockey?
no.
Like, are they
It's just-
smashing each other?
I've never watched a ball hockey game, so I can't answer this honestly. But no, it's like this has been a thing around here for.
I asked that
years.
because I know when we play street football, guys usually play in the streets. And
I
that is
mean,
very stupid.
But
yeah, but
sideline pop only. I mean,
Yeah.
But also, have you seen the way women will play hockey? They don't care. They'll shove your ass into the fucking floor. Like, we don't care.
And that's my
Yeah.
point. I don't want to be doing that on streets. That
Yeah.
shit hurts. Like, no.
so are y'all like? Are they running around with like full gear? Are they on skates? Or are we just running around with the hockey stick?
I think it's on skates if it's on concrete. If it's on grass, they're running around with like cleats and whatnot.
Wow, like full organized, not just a street game. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did not know such a
And
thing
also,
existed.
ball hockey on grass is different than lacrosse, if you're wondering. So
I mean, I figured as much. I didn't think there'd be a goal in the middle, just on the ends like hockey. But I would have assumed that it was just like a game kids played in the street because they didn't have access to like an actual rink or a
no,
pond. Because I'm sure you guys have ponds that freeze over, and you're just like, hey, let's just go play some
no,
ice
actually,
hockey.
in St.
I don't know.
Catharines, no, it's usually people freezing their backyards over for their kids, and then the city gets mad and you get fined.
Kind of
So.
shit. Wow, Canada, it's a whole new world up there.
Also, there was like one up near Short Hills, which is like a reservation, like a camping reservation spot, usually used by the local Boy Scout troop for like camping getaways or whatnot. But obviously, COVID. Families built one up there, and the city tore it down.
I got nothing. Moving on. How was your week, Haley?
Let's see. I saw Lydia for the first time since 2014, obviously. Let's see. I started, Delvin will know this one. I don't think you will, Dev. I started rewatching Danny Phantom because the entire series was on sale for like $10. So
Great show.
yeah. It was the only spot you can buy it here is like iTunes. So it's also 4x3, so like, you know, there's that. But like, great show. I'm up to season 4 in my rewatch of The Walking Dead, because the final season starts next month. I'm literally like 2 episodes away from the governor's attack on the prison. Spoiler. No, I don't think anyone cares about The Walking Dead spoilers. Like,
Yeah, at this point, I don't think anyone cares about The Walking Dead. Like, that might be an actual thing, and I love the show, but nobody's watching it.
are you kidding me? Of course people are watching it. They wouldn't have authorized 3 other spin-offs if people weren't watching it. Like,
I think
They're trying to recapture the glory.
no,
Nobody cares at
literally,
this
the
point.
numbers on the series are like ridiculous still. But I get what you're saying. But like, they're up there. They wouldn't have authorized. AMC's not stupid. It's a corporation that doesn't care about you. But yes, AMC is not stupid when it comes to spending money. So there's that. If you're counting going bankrupt from COVID, that's not on them. Like, fuck off.
there's a multitude of other things. I'm not going there.
When it comes to spending money on TV shows and production of them, let's go with that. I don't care about the other shit. They're not stupid enough to authorize 3 other spin-offs and continue the other 2 that are still ongoing of The Walking Dead if it's not generating enough viewers. Like, they're obviously making enough money off The Walking Dead to continue using the franchise. Otherwise, it would do like Mad Men, and this final season would be the end. But it's not. Like, Fear the Walking Dead.
Mad Men was so good. Bring that back.
Like, Fear the Walking Dead, still ongoing. Also, shout out to Alicia Debnam Carey, who gets to direct her first episode this season, so that's fantastic. She plays my favorite character on that show. You know, they've got The World Beyond, which is a limited run series. Like, this next season of The World Beyond is its final season. Like, it was categorized as a 2-season show. Like, that's it. There's that. They've got the Daryl and Carol spinoff. The
Carol.
Tales from the Walking Dead, which is like an anthology type show. They've got a lot going on, and they're good. And they're bringing back the comic series in a way. Clementine has her own comic now.
Thank God.
And
That's
she's
awesome.
like, no, but she's like actual Walking Dead comics canon now, like Rick and all that level canon. Like, she's an actual character in the Walking Dead comics now.
I will say this, and I think there are certain shows that no matter how awful they get, they will always have an audience. I think
The Flash.
Yep, The Flash is the perfect example of that. Like, they always get that. They may drop and lose a lot of their audience, but they will always have an audience to continue on. I think The Simpsons is kind of like that.
I've watched Simpsons.
People have been saying The Simpsons has been bad for a long time, and it continues to go on because it gets just enough of audience to keep going on. I think The Walking Dead is kind of at that point right now where no matter
Season 10 was pretty fantastic, actually.
Even if it's good, even if it got back to good, they're gonna always have that steadfast audience that's gonna watch The Walking Dead because it's The Walking Dead.
I don't know. Audience has got to be pretty high for them to be literally like creating spin-offs. They're not the CW. They're not gonna. And look, I love Superman and Lois, but like its highest episode was the pilot. The rest has all been like HBO Max viewing. And again, I don't think viewing should be like. I don't think Nielsen boxes should be the only way you test a show's popularity, because Nielsen boxes are only distributed in the US. So like you're literally cutting out the rest of your distributed market from like counting towards your show's ratings. But in general, Superman and Lois's most watched episode was the pilot. The rest of it's all been HBO Max viewings, or like in my case Google and stuff like that. Like, great show, already got renewed for season 2, but it's the CW. They will renew shows until they are dead in the face. Like, look, I love The Flash. Season 7 was fucking awful. Like, it's awful. Although, shout out to this last episode, because Barry finally was, quote unquote, the fastest man alive for once in his own TV show. But like, it's the CW renews things. Like, look, Riverdale is bad, and that's why I watch it, because it's fun to watch them jump the shark over and over again. But Riverdale still gets renewed for them to continually make jumping the shark higher, and I don't understand it. That's the CW, though.
They just believe in their shows. That's all it is.
No, it's like money laundering at that point. That's what it feels like.
They like, we know the people are here. We're just gonna keep on doing this. People will keep coming back.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
And now they're teasing fans with maybe bringing Sabrina to the Riverdale show, because Sabrina got canceled on Netflix. So there's that. So I don't know. We'll see. But then I like I said, I picked up Returnal. I've been playing that. I got to the first boss, nearly had him, and then I guess the astronaut figure brings you back, because I'd done the house segment first. Got him down to like the last bar or whatnot, and then got trapped in a corner and couldn't move.
Yeah, you'll have that.
That's right.
You'll have that in Returnal.
So, but I don't know. It's fun. You were not kidding that like that controller vibrates incessantly while you're moving. Like,
so good.
Like literally every texture vibrates the controller. I haven't noticed any like jamming of the triggers or whatnot, but like
they don't jam the gun or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that. But every gun does feel a little different when you pull the trigger. And you can do the half squeeze or the full squeeze depending on the gun. Something different may happen, but they do a really good job of using the controller in that game.
For the pistol, I've unlocked homing missiles level 1 and the snub-nosed barrel level 1. Obviously the blade's cool. I wish it was faster, but I know you're not
forever to get that damn sword. Like, that was like the last thing I got.
So here's my favorite freaking thing, right? I came across a dead body, right? It was Ed Placencia's dead body. I wanted to avenge Ed. Opened it, obliterated immediately.
Yeah.
Just you only have the pistol. Don't even try.
Donnie says good morning. Good morning, Donnie.
Good morning, Donnie. No, like literally, like I opened it. You know, I was doing pretty good, and then it just shot out like a beam or whatnot, and like it went through the covers, so like there was no protection. I just dead.
Yeah. Trying to avenge people can get you killed real quick.
It could. That's why it took me like my game clock says I have 4 hours. It took me like 3 hours to finally get the sword, and then I could unlock the barrier to get to the boss.
Yeah. It's just all random. So, yeah. Like I said, for me, I saw people with the sword super early. It took me forever to get that dang sword.
The house segment
was a game changer.
Not a fan of, like, constantly seeing the cutscene when you die. Like, I get it. But having to always
You can skip it.
I know you can, but having to always hold X to skip the cutscene is annoying, because you got to do it twice usually, because it'll skip the crash sequence, and then you waking up, you have to hold X to skip as well. So that's annoying for sure, but it's fun. I'm gonna keep trying it. I'll try it after we're done recording again today. I I don't know that I'm gonna beat this game, but I figured I should at least give it a try.
Yeah.
Played some more Assassin's Creed this week, which is great because there's a new challenge coming next week, I think. What else? I might pick something else up during the sale. It's on until the 18th. Also, I have a bone to pick with PlayStation about the sale. Hi, you have all the Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition or whatnot stuff on sale, but that version's only available on the PS5. It's not on sale, but all the DLC for it is. Fuck you. Like, fuck you.
Like, go ahead and buy this game at full price and get all the stuff for cheap. All the rest of the stuff.
The
but
game
not
is $54.99 and all the DLC is on sale. Fuck that.
I mean, it's still a deal, you know?
It is, yeah. I mean, as opposed to like $80 or $90 for the game, but like, fuck off. It's so dumb.
Yep. How about you, Delvin? How was your week?
My week was pretty cool. I didn't get much gaming done. I watched a whole bunch of stuff. I watched Fear Street Part 1 and 2.
Ooh, let me know when you watch Part 3. Let me know what you thought of the trilogy overall. Also, literally, my favorite sequence is in Part 3.
Okay. I watched that. I watched the new Masters of the Universe series, which I liked a lot. A lot of people don't like it. That's your opinion.
I keep seeing people shit on Kevin Smith for it, and I'm like, what? The series wasn't even out yet. Why are you shitting on him? You have no idea what the series is like.
I'll leave that conversation for another day. Why people are mad and it's stupid. But on the gaming side, I didn't get to play much stuff. But what I did do was I had a Xbox One X that didn't work. It was something wrong with the HDMI port. So I ended up taking it to GameStop and trading it in. And I told him, I told my homeboy, like, hey, HDMI port don't work. I got like $170 for it. $170. I traded all my games. I traded a few games I had in, and I got a lot of shit, man. I pre-ordered that Demon Slayer game and paid it off. I pre-ordered what is it? NBA 2K22.
Candace Parker edition.
Yes,
Nice.
I pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered House of Ashes and paid that off. I got a external hard drive, a 5 gigabyte external hard drive, 5 terabytes.
5 gigabyte.
5 gigabytes. Wow, how much did that cost you? 2 cents?
No, it's a 5 terabyte one.
There we
go. I got something else. I can't remember what it was, but I just pre-ordered a whole bunch of stuff, so I don't have to worry about it. Paid off a lot of stuff, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that was pretty cool.
Wait, your GameStop sell external hard drives?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do ours. Yours up. Yeah, ours sells all kind of stuff. All the PC stuff, external hard drives, all that.
No, so obviously GameStop owns EB in Canada. It's just a different business, but like, the only drives I've seen them sell are like the Seagate, like Xbox or PlayStation branded drives. But other than that, like, there's no PC parts. There's nothing sold in the store. It's Xbox games, PlayStation games, Nintendo games, obviously consoles if they have any in stock, Funko Pops, T-shirts, and board games. That's about it.
Yeah, that kind of sounds about right. We, like I said, all sells all that stuff and some computer stuff and things like that. The hard drive it's just I guess it's a regular external hard drive, but it says you can use on your Xbox Series X and your PS5 on it.
They got you with the branding. It's just a regular hard drive.
It's just a regular hard drive.
The one at the mall will take cell phones. Like, they'll take cell phones and buy them off you. But yeah.
But yeah, I ended up getting a lot of stuff. Like, I'm really happy. Like, a lot of stuff paid off. I had got some PSN credits so I can pre-order Life is Strange, True Colors.
Nice.
So I got a lot of stuff pre-ordered up and ready for the fall, actually. So I'm excited for that.
Donnie said, "Why you ain't get that swole though?"
It's sold out.
Would you have pre-ordered if it wasn't?
Yeah, I wanted to pre-order it. And I asked the guy at GameStop, and he said, and this is weird, but I guess it's accurate. He said that interest in his store was so low, they they canceled a lot of their pre-orders.
Oh
Like
damn.
they're like he didn't have any interest, so they stopped pre-ordering it. They had a bunch at first, and they just started canceling them. Like we're not pre-ordering anymore.
That's
I said, damn.
crazy.
So I have to wait till it come out, then just get it then.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, for me, this weekend or this week was a lot of the same. Work, dealing with my children. We had soccer yesterday. That was fun. They split our games up. My daughter's game was at 9, and my son's game was at 12. That is like the worst because you're there all damn day, and it's hot as all hell. Like, oh god, my son's game. It was already over 100 degrees outside, so that was a lot.
Did you do your plan to only bring the kid when necessary?
Oh yeah, we stayed. Me and my son stayed here until it was time to go to his game. But my wife, she went to my daughter's game and then went to Costco and then came back for my son's game. Instead of coming home, which I wish she would have done because she had his cleats. So like when we were supposed to be practicing, we had to wait because she was at Costco, but it wasn't too long of a wait, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so we did that. Kids are still really liking to play soccer and all of that good stuff. We sent them to the Boys and Girls Club this week because we needed a break and they needed to see other people. And they had a really good time with that, so that was nice. As far as gaming is concerned, all I did was play Death's Door. I haven't even turned on my PlayStation. Death's Door is my game of the year so far. I freaking love it. It just feels like a love letter to Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. To be perfectly honest, like that's what has me liking it so much. Just the progression, the different weapons. Like it feels like the top-down Zelda game that I have been craving. Really cool, cute little story. I would definitely guarantee. I would say if anybody if you like traditional type Zelda games, dungeon crawler type stuff, I would say you should definitely check it out. It's fun. The combat is fair. It's a little unforgiving. Like if you mess up and you get hit, like it's a wrap. But it's not overly hard. You just have to be patient and kind of pay attention to the boss's patterns to figure out the best methods of attack. There's a couple of different ways of tackling a lot of the different bosses or whatnot, but it's a lot of fun. I really really enjoyed it, and can't wait to get back and play a little bit more of it because even though I've beat it, there's still other stuff that I want to do in it. So really really fun game. Wish it was on PlayStation. It's not, but it was only $20 on Steam, so I went ahead and picked that up. I'm sure it'll come to PlayStation in like a year or some nonsense, but
Yeah.
that has been pretty much all I've played this week. I did download Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because it did get a boost. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But other than that, it's been a real chill week. Just getting ready for school to start in a couple of weeks and trying to transition to that. And me transitioning back to the office full time, which I'm not excited about at all.
Yeah, I don't understand the push to go back to office buildings. Like
Americans, they want to be able to be. The
it's
bosses want to control what you're doing. They don't want to let you just get all your work done at home because then it's like, oh, maybe you're stealing time. It's dumb. It's dumb.
it's not just America doing that. Like Canada's doing it too.
Y'all don't count.
It
It's
seems
America's
Fuck
hat.
you.
It's America's hat.
Fuck you.
it seems more efficient to me to just have the people at home.
Yeah, of course it is because like they're not wasting 2 hours of your day depending on where you live in traffic.
Yeah,
Yep.
even in general, like if you have like a big office building, probably can get rid of that at some point in time and like just have people work from home. It seems
Yeah.
more simpler.
That is exactly my thoughts on it. It's like you could save so much money. Like corporations are always looking for ways to cut costs. Let everybody work from home. Then you
Yeah,
don't have to worry about paying for the building, electricity, and all of that stuff. But then I think a lot of people, like I have people in our risk department, they're like the problem with that is if people get hurt at home, who's responsible? Like,
They are.
are you on the clock? How does that work? So, because they've dealt with a couple of those weird situations where it's been a pain to navigate
I
through.
mean,
So
if you're
there's
clocked in,
definitely
it's
some
your
growing pains.
if you're clocked in, it's your employer's responsibility. If you're not clocked in, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, but the
I would
problem
say
is you hurt yourself at home. Like we don't have anything to do with that.
That's what
Like
I'm gonna say.
even if you're clocked in, but it's again like Haley said, if you're on the clock, technically, it's supposed to be the employer's responsibility. But if you're at home, it's like this weird
It's
gray
your
area where
it,
we've never
it's your
been
office
before.
space. Yes, you're at home, but you're clocked in. You're in your office space. You injure yourself. It's your employer's responsibility.
Problem is, the employer didn't provide any of this stuff in the office space. So again, it's one of those weird places to navigate. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of the people like who run the risk department is like, we just need to bring people back to the office because it's a controlled environment. So it's just weird.
I don't know. The only thing is, I know that I'll have to go back to the office at some point because Amazon Workspaces is ridiculous, and I would rather not have to deal with it. So
Yeah.
it takes my very nice fast internet and just
Yeah.
it runs off of the computer at the office building's internet, and that's not fast at all.
Yeah, because you're remoting in and then you're
Yeah.
dealing with the VPN and all that good stuff. But it is what it is. But yeah, that was my week. Yeah, it's just another day, another dollar. Keep
Question:
it pushing.
How long is Death's Door?
I think I've been playing. It's not long. It really depends on you. Like if you don't die a lot and you don't go looking for the side stuff and you just want to like mainline and just go boss, 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 you could probably beat it in a day. Like a couple of hours, maybe 6 hours, 8 hours, depending on how good you are. Because there's also the difficulty slider, like you can't make it easier. So I would say probably like 6 to 8 hours if you just fly through it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Are
there's
there
a
any
bunch of
access-
stuff to hide. Like there's a bunch of hidden stuff to find. So
Are there any accessibility features?
I don't know. I didn't go looking for any of that, so I just started playing. I didn't look at any of the options except for resolution and frame rate. Other than that, I didn't look, so I don't know. But yeah, you can fly through it real easy unless you suck. Downey says there aren't really any accessibility options.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, let's move right into these questions because we got a few. So our first question comes from at TPR. He says, this is complete speculation, of course. But which of these four options do you think seems most likely for a God of War Ragnarok release window? Spring of 2022, summer of 2022, fall of 2022, or spring of 2023? He thinks summer of 2022 seems the most likely, and he is curious to hear our thoughts.
Fall. Obvious, likely. Like we haven't seen gameplay at all, which obviously is an indication of how far along the game is. But again, their original reveal trailer that's dated 2021 only showed a logo, so anybody who thought that game was coming out this year was absolutely like, I don't know how you would think that's happening, but
Easy, because they said it.
oh yes, because that's always believable.
If you're not us and you're not paying attention to the games media like us, somebody tells you a game is coming out in 2021, you're excited about God of War, you're expecting it to come out in 2021.
Yeah, well, as the year went on and we got no gameplay, like, of course it wasn't coming out this year.
To be fair, they probably should stop doing that.
No,
really,
Yeah.
I mean, why would they?
because people are expecting it at a time, and you keep telling us the time, and we know us who follow it knows it's not coming at that time. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
but-
just say coming soon. You're gonna say
right.
like
here's the thing. Again, they don't care about our reactions to it. It's for shareholders only. And for public,
But it's been shown that you really don't have to do that. There's been so many games that are just like, it's coming. That's it. Like, you don't have to say it's coming in
the
a
last
particular
game
year.
who said it's coming when it's ready. Look what happened there.
which game was that?
Cyberpunk.
There's been plenty of other games that have just said it's coming and they haven't given a release date or release window.
I feel like Grand Theft Auto does that.
No.
They just
Grand-
say
They do.
Gra-
They
Grand-
never, Grand Theft Auto doesn't give dates. It's just like, it's coming when it's ready. We're not even going to tell you that it's being worked on. And then it'll come out. They'll have a date. It hits.
No, they'll have a year of Twitter reveals, then delay it 6 times.
have they?
Yeah, and
They
again,
played
it's
GTA
coming when it's
5
coming.
like 3 times. It was supposed to come out in 2012, but it came out in 2013. So, but even still, it's wild that that game is coming out in November on the PS5. That game will have released on 3 consoles.
Well, people like it that much.
I mean, yeah, they make a lot of money off shark cards and whatnot. So, no, I think fall makes the most sense for God of War. If it comes out before that, great, but I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I feel like spring 2023 is the most realistic in my opinion. I feel like God of War is definitely a spring or summer game. So if it's not out in summer of 2022, I feel like spring of 2023. Sony just doesn't really release games in the fall. So that'd be my guess.
I'm gonna say they're gonna say fall 2022, but it's actually gonna come out spring 2023.
Yeah.
That's what I think is gonna happen to the T. They're gonna show us a whole bunch of stuff like next year, touting it and how great it looks and stuff like that. Then they're gonna quietly just say, "Oh, it's gonna come out spring 2023 now." Sorry for the delay, but we gotta do some just like they did with The Last of Us and every other game they've been doing it with. They keep saying, "So come out around this time." No, we need a little bit of time for polishing.
Yep. And it'll be here when it's ready, and it'll probably be great. So just be patient. There'll be plenty of games to play until it gets here.
I don't understand Donnie being upset. Wow. Also, I can actually read the chat this time.
Well, yeah, it's because I didn't answer his question because I forgot it.
Okay, but we answered it last week. So, like, what's this justice for Donnie thing? We answered your question. Stop complaining.
He wants justice.
Yeah,
but we answered his question. That is justice.
He wants more justice.
Well, then ask your question and we'll answer it.
He's out for justice. He's out for blood at this point.
He's out for justice like Steven Seagal.
No,
all he needs is the ponytail.
We do not.
The ponytail and the real bad karate.
We do not. Thanks, Donnie. Not happening. To quote the Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not fucking leaving. No, seriously, just like.
Canada definitely sucks.
I mean, Canada does suck. I think we're all in agreement on that. But I mean, the U.S. isn't any better. Like, there's not.
Our games are cheaper.
Great, your games are really cheaper. Are you still
the games aren't cheaper? The games are the same price.
Yeah.
They're the exact same price.
It's just conversion, but also like I don't know.
Conversion sucks.
What? That is not how conversion works. It's just the dollar.
Their dollar sucks.
Yeah. USA, USA, USA.
Not a great time to be chanting this, y'all. Not a great time to be chanting.
It's the best time.
It's always a great time to chant USA.
Oh my god. Anyways, my point being is that no, we answered your question last week. I just want to not
he
your
still
question.
Wants justice. He doesn't care.
That's great.
That
wasn't
the justice he wanted.
But we can't give him justice if he won't ask another question. So
people will still ask for justice for Han. He's alive. So
I mean, also like Fast and Furious 9. What an interesting movie. I saw that, right? Also,
Jesus, don't say nothing.
I'm not spoiling anything for the movie.
We're not even gonna get into Fast and Furious 9. We're gonna get back to the questions.
No,
we're getting back on track.
No. It is on track. It is on track because we're talking about justice for Donnie. I'm not spoiling the movie.
We're talking about questions. We're going back to the questions that were asked. We're going back. All right. The next question comes from Jesse Pickles. He says, "Some of you are young, 2 of you are old."
Haley,
I will. But what age obliterate you?
Do you see yourself giving up video games, or are you playing PlayStation 34 on your deathbed?
Never. I'm never giving up video games. Are you kidding me? It's how I take my anger out.
Yeah, I don't.
My yelling at me.
Yeah, I don't see myself not playing video games. Like it's part of who I am. It's something that I enjoy doing. Getting older doesn't change that. In fact, once the kids are gone and I'm retired, I'll probably play more video games. So
I think it depends on how I feel when I get older. I think when you get older and Times change, things. I think I'll always play video games. To what extent? Once these kids and everybody get out my damn house, I will play a lot more. But
Yeah.
it feels like as you get older, personalities change, hobbies change. I think video games will always be there for me, but I'm quite sure I'll probably like get more into podcasting and things like that as I get older. I can see myself being 80 years old, still podcasting and stuff like that. I want to be like one of those radio broadcasters that's 80, 90 years old, still doing it to their dying breath. That's kind of my thing. So I can see myself
Delvin
doing that video
Cox
game.
live.
Delvin wants to be the next John Madden.
No, not Madden. Madden's he's a commentator. I'll probably say.
I mean,
Delvin's going to be the next Larry King.
mean,
He's going to be
there you go.
podcasting and recording till the end of time, basically.
Okay. I'm ignoring. Yeah, I'm ignoring that.
So yeah, Haley, you're gonna be playing video games till the end. Eh?
I mean, not to bring statistics up, I don't know how old I'm gonna get. But
true.
also like, literally like, I don't know, like, yeah, I'm vulgar and loud on the podcast, but like, I'm never actually angry at any of you. Like, and that's from playing video games. Like. That's how I take my anger out. It's why I enjoy video games so much. So like, of course I'm not gonna not play them. I tried not playing them and I put my fist through a wall. So we're not doing that.
Yeah. They're just a part of who I am. It's not going anywhere. I don't care how much older I get. I feel like as old as I am now and I haven't stopped playing, I don't think another 10, 20 years is gonna change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Next question comes in from Root Days 93.
That is very accurate, by the way.
Okay, someone needs to read that out because obviously,
so for our audio listeners, Donnie in the chat is a fool, and he said, "Coming to you live from the Shady Oaks retirement community is the Delvin Cox experience." And that is totally gonna be Delvin Cox.
That's gonna
Delvin Cox live, coming to you from Shady Oaks.
Yep. If you're
Some Florida retirement home, sitting there playing canasta.
Yeah.
Just man,
playing Switch. I'll be in there playing Switch with all the
retro
old people.
switched, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be he's gonna be just a floating head like in Futurama, still podcasting.
See,
Yeah, you did.
You too can dream to be on this podcast like Donnie did. That's to all you kids out there. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams, kids. All right. Rude Days 93. He said he asked Xbox Empire this, but he also wants our thoughts. What do you think is the bigger racing game to the general public? Forza or Gran Turismo?
Forza.
I want to say Forza because of Horizon.
Yeah,
I think Horizon appeals to a broader audience, where the regular Forza, just Forza Motorsports and Gran Turismo, really appeal more to like the real car culture, like the tuners and people who really want to make all kind of changes and like really deal with like car culture. Where Horizon just appeals to people who want to drive fast. Do silly stuff.
I mean, also like if we're not counting like just this gen, before that it was probably Project Gotham Racing or something like that. Like those were more simulation racing games, which would have a wider audience than like the hey, you need to tune your car for each specific track. Like yes, those games have their audience, but
I would have said if it was before this generation, before Forza was a thing, I would have said Need for Speed was probably more popular. But Gran Turismo was really popular in PS1, PS2, PS3.
Yeah, were you tuning your car every level? I don't think you were.
Yeah, you absolutely were. You could tune everything, and people were definitely like really into that. So I feel like it was very popular, but I think Forza just having with Xbox having like the Xbox 360 having the larger player base, then also moving into Horizon, I feel like that definitely picked up and has kind of overshadowed Gran Turismo, especially with Gran Turismo Sport and how like just weird that game was, the launch of it being delayed and everything. I feel like Forza just completely overshadowed it.
I mean, Forza is a game like for example, like yeah, I want the Xbox for other reasons, but like, hi, I can afford an Xbox now. Great, love it. I need to find one in stock. But like Forza Horizon comes out on my birthday, and you know, like I'm excited for Horizon. But even before that, like I tried Gran Turismo and immediately returned it to the library because no, it's just not my game. I would much rather play Forza Horizon than I would like Gran Turismo because I'm not into tuning the car for every level. Like, yes, you can do a bit of tuning in Horizon if you need to, but you don't really need to.
Yeah,
Especially,
I wouldn't compare the two at all. I would
Yeah.
not compare Gran Turismo to Forza Horizon. I would just compare it to Forza Motorsport.
Which
Those are the two same
I've
games.
never played the Motorsport series because I know it's like simulation racing. So,
Which is exactly my point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I think
I am closing the chat now, Donnie. I'm sorry if I miss anything. I'm gonna get angry.
I think Forza is more recognizable. I think it's because Gran Turismo just launches so infrequently.
Mhm.
You get Gran Turismo every 5 years, if that. It seems like every time you look, there's another Forza game that's out there for people to hear about it, know about it, and to see.
Yep.
So I think
That's
that kind of
exactly
plays
it.
a big part of it. Like Gran Turismo games are ready when they're ready. Forza, I think it's 2 or 3 teams working on Forza.
Yeah, because you have both the Horizon and the Motorsports, they can swap off. So Forza
Exactly.
just stays in people's minds a lot longer
Yeah.
because there's always one of those games coming. Where Gran Turismo, it's like, is it coming? Are we going to see another one? Like, how many Forzas were released on like this Xbox One X versus the one Gran Turismo that we got?
2.
Yeah.
Like, well, 2 Horizon and then what? 3 Motorsport? I think it was 5, 6, and 7.
There you go.
Or is Motorsport 7 the one that's still being worked on?
I don't know. I don't. I've never played any of them, so I'm not sure which ones. But I know we only got one Gran Turismo, which is the Gran Turismo Sport or whatnot, where there were a couple of different Forza games. So again, I just feel like Forza is definitely the bigger of the two at this point, especially with the general public.
And I think when I heard on Empire, they were talking about it. The numbers for the games are quite comparable. They're like almost the same, very similar, very close to each other in terms of sales wise. So, yeah, you kind of can see they're kind of on equal footing.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Next question comes in from Mr. Pastor Coach Ham. He says, "So, I'm trying to beat Dead Cells on 5BC, aka Hell difficulty, aka the highest level of punishment that you can take in the game. It is not for a trophy or any digital treat, and I have actually done it before, but by using save scumming. And now I'm not sure that I can beat it legitimately." He gave himself a date. Basically, he's given himself till Hades comes out to actually beat it. So we'll see if he does. So he says his question is, have you encountered or played a game that you enjoy and love and desire to complete, but your skill level alone just has not allowed it?
Mein Leben difficulty on Wolfenstein 2.
Mein Leben.
So for reference, you die once, you start over at the beginning of the game. Like, that's it. Yes, there's an achievement to it, but like, just no. That achievement, by the way, has 0.001% of people who have achieved it.
Jeez.
That doesn't sound fun.
It's not fun. That's why it's called Mein Leben. It's also specifically put there to fuck with trophy hunters.
No,
It's like the Stanley Parables achievement to not play for 5 years.
Funny.
You guys already know mine. It's Arkham Knight.
Yeah, but you're going after it now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm finally going after 5 years? Like trying to go after it, trying to actually beat the game.
Yeah,
Is that like a skill level thing?
I wouldn't say that's skill level
it's
related.
skill because you have to do the Riddler trophies, and some of those are kind of difficult.
Yeah, they're difficult, but they're not. So what he's asking is like, is the difficulty of a game so difficult that you can't complete it no matter your skill level? Like, for example, Mein Leben difficulty of Wolfenstein 2 isn't just you die once and it's over. It's the hardest difficulty of the game plus that, hey, you die once, it's over. You start over at the beginning.
Like and I wouldn't even say it's based on like putting something on a difficulty. Like, what is a game that was just so hard, just regularly, that your skill level didn't allow you to complete it. So for me, I think more in terms of like Mega Man, stuff like that. But you actually saw the end. You got to the end of Arkham Knight.
Nope.
You didn't
Because you have
beat.
to you
No,
have
no,
to get
no.
all
But you finished the
Delvin,
story.
Delvin,
I understand.
you
Like you need
finished-
to get the Riddler trophies to get like the true ending, which a lot
But
of
you
games
got
do
the
that.
ending.
But you beat the game. You beat the final boss, right?
Arkham Knight, yes. I
Yes,
beat Arkham
that's-
Knight,
that's-
okay.
So like,
But you-
has there been a game where it's just been like you got halfway through and just kept dying, and we're like, I gotta put this aside. I can't play it anymore.
there is no game I played that if I wanted to beat, I didn't beat. I guess that's the best way to say it. Like, even I think the closest probably Metal Gear Revengeance, that final boss in that game. I can't remember his name. I don't want to say his name for those who want to still play that game, but he was very difficult. But even then, I think I may have played him 10 times and I finally beat him. So it's like, yeah, I don't think there's ever been a game that I played that I wanted to continue that I didn't finish and beat.
Yeah, for me, yeah, a lot of it was the NES era as a child. Like, as a kid back then, trying to play games like Mega Man and just so many other games were really difficult. And I did not beat a lot of the NES era stuff. I just didn't stick with most games long enough to do that. But, you know, it is what it is. And a lot of that stuff I've tried to go back to, like Mega Man's, and I'm just like, nope, my skill level is not high enough to beat any of these games. So screw you, Mega Man.
I will say this about that since you brought that up. I feel like when I was younger, I was more equipped to beat those games than I am now. Like, I remember as a kid vividly beating Mega Man and Mike Tyson and stuff like that. I feel like if I were to try that now, I would get demolished. And I guess it's because maybe my reflexes changed, or maybe my taste in games have adapted so much that I can't play those games anymore.
Yeah, you're better than me because I definitely couldn't do it.
Because I remember when I was a kid, I beat all 3 Ninja Gaiden games. And as a kid, I found them easy. I'm like, oh, this is tough, but this is not tough where I couldn't beat them. I beat all 3 of them. And
Wow.
when I got older, I'm like, I remember everybody saying, oh, this is one of the most difficult games you can play. I'm like, I don't remember it like that. I'm quite sure if I played it now, I could probably see the difference in it. But it's like,
Yeah.
my taste has changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. More power to you for being able to beat Ninja Gaiden when you were a child. Fuck. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Plus, I only had it for a weekend because I was written nose. So, all right. Our last question comes from Jay Stiltis. He said, "Would you rather be able to jump 10 feet up in the air or run 100 miles per hour for 10 feet?"
I'm gonna go run 100 miles per hour for 10 feet. Because I feel like that would come in handy during the Olympics and stuff like that.
So you're gonna go be an Olympic champion? Go be the
Yeah.
new Usain Bolt?
Yeah, if I can run 100 miles per hour for 10 feet, I feel like I'd win a lot of events.
Does this account, like, does your body account for running that fast, or are you dying when you run that fast because a human body cannot run 100 miles per hour without shredding to pieces?
Well,
don't think
I'm imagining like if you have the ability to do it, your body can compensate for it.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you're only doing it for 10 feet, like that's literally a second. Like how long is your recovery period?
I think when it comes to racing wise,
10 feet
momentum-
is like from here to the other side of the room. Like that's nowhere.
Yeah.
but the momentum will carry me across the finish line.
That's not how that works.
I don't think so.
Because have you ever tried to stop when you're running? It takes
Yes.
a second for you to stop. You don't just stop on a dime.
I get that. I just like I have so many more questions about this. I can run 100 miles for 10 feet because like 100 miles per hour. So I'm just basically, it's like I'm teleporting almost. Like, does my momentum carry? What's my recovery time? Can I run 100 miles per hour for another 10 feet immediately after? Like, how does that really work?
I'm assuming you run 100 miles per hour for 10 feet. then you stop. After the momentum carries you to the stop, of course.
No, the momentum does not carry you to the stop.
But you're not gonna stop on a dime. No one
No,
stops down there running.
but as soon as your 100 miles per hour runs off, you're running normal speed. Guess what? You don't have the momentum of the 100.
But you're still gonna be slowing down. You're gonna just slow down.
You're gonna slow down instantly. That's how the question is phrased.
It's weird. I don't know how that works. I had, like I said, I need more information on how this works for that. But I'm taking the jump 10 feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking
because I'm gonna go play basketball and just dunk on people. I'm not even gonna jump the full 10 feet. I'm just gonna jump high enough to just dunk on people and just that's what I'm gonna do. Because I also have questions about that. Can my body handle falling 10 feet every time?
Yeah, probably not.
What happens if I jump up 10 feet and there's nothing for me to jump up onto and then I'm coming down 10 feet? Like, how is that working? Is my body able to not, hurt itself? Am I equipped properly to be able to fall 10 feet every time that I jump 10 feet?
I need
more information. I need more information.
I would think it's the ability to continue to do this ability. It's not like you just like, it kind of would be fucked up if you just can do it one time and then all your bones break or something like that.
Yeah. I jump 10 feet and I come down wrong and break a hip because I'm old.
Can we get rid of this guy?
Me?
No, Dev knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to not pay attention to it on the stream.
Yeah. You just don't even pay attention.
Yeah, I just don't want to miss.
Jump out of a window. Let's test this out. Donnie says, I'm not jumping out of a window, Donnie.
I'll jump out a window. Defenestration.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted an excuse to use the word defenestration, which is to throw someone out a window.
Oh,
I'll throw myself out the window.
You just want to use a big word.
I did. Also, shout out to my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Lorenzo, for teaching me that word. When I annoyed him so much, he said he was going to defenestrate me.
I will throw you out of the goddamn window. All right. Well, that does it for our questions. Thank you for keeping them coming, even if they're weird and incomplete, because, Jay Stills, I need more information on your questions, sir.
Yeah.
I need more info. All right. But otherwise, thank you. We love getting them. It just, we get some weird stuff, and it's always fun to see how off the rails we can get with your questions. All right, so let's jump into some news. Haley, what do you got for us?
I've got a story that starts by talking about the fact that, hey, EA is acknowledging Bad Company 2. So that's nice. At their EA Play Live conference, EA showed Battlefield Portal, which contains like Battlefield 1942, Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and 2042 content, I believe they said.
Yeah.
And so like the trailer starts and yada yada yada, and then you see the grenade fall with the happy smiley face on it, which is of course Bad Company 2. And then it gets to the point where EA decided to go, hey, what if we touched memes? And just went, not enough memes for you? Here's 20 robots against the tank, because the age-old question of would you rather fight 10 duck-sized tanks or one tank-sized duck? Like, great. That meme's dead now because a brand touched it. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like when brands touch memes. Yeah. It gets weird.
I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it.
It was funny, but now I can't think of that meme without thinking that a corporation has ruined it.
I don't think that one is ever ruined, because we're always going to get that dumb question somewhere. Horse-sized duck? Do you want to fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? That's basically what it amounted to, and I thought that was hilarious. But
I love that Xavier Woods was like, "Who's redacted?" And the guy was like, "I can't tell you." Like,
yeah, duh. Yeah, I mean Battlefield. I mean, it looks cool. It looks awesome. It's just not for me. Like, without the campaign, I don't really have a whole lot of desire. I'm not gonna sit there in a multiplayer match like that. It's just not my thing. But it looks really cool, and I know a lot of people are really, really excited for it, and a lot of people are really excited for that portal mode, just being able to create all kinds of chaos. So I'm really excited for the people that are excited about it. But for me, I don't have a whole lot of desire for Battlefield.
You know, I don't give two fucks about Battlefield right now. Not at all.
I
Once
don't
they
know.
said,
I'm probably not playing this either, but that's just because I'm not into like the first person shooter multiplayer scene except like Apex. So
once they said there was no single player, I'm like, all right, I'm out. Like, I have no interest in this whatsoever. If people like it, they like it. I hope it's successful.
Yeah.
I hope it does good, but not my cup of tea right now. Like, hey, I'll
Yeah.
holler at y'all with y'all. Bring my storyboard back.
I really wish Apex Legends would just let me play the stories, please, because they're all so good. It makes me mad. I was watching the trailer for the new character. I'm like, oh, what game is this? This looks awesome. And then it's Apex Legends. I'm like, God damn it.
also, I know I mentioned this in the Discord, but season 2 of Love, Death, and Robots, the episode titled Ice, the guy who did that did the trailer for Seer. So
I want to play Sea of the game. I just
know.
want to play that game.
Yes, Delvin.
Since you mentioned that, damn, I feel the same way about Overwatch. Every time I see one of those Overwatch stores, I'm like,
Yes.
damn, this looks amazing. Damn it, where's the single player? Like,
Exactly.
I will play the heck out of a single player version of Overwatch.
I mean, they do it with their like Halloween events with the PvE stuff, but
Yeah, but I want a campaign. I want like an actual.
aren't you getting that with Overwatch 2? Isn't there like a campaign being added to Overwatch?
Is there an Overwatch 2? Is that a thing? Is that still coming out?
I don't know. After the Activision stuff, oh my god.
Overwatch 2 was already in a bad state, and now with all the Activision
I mean,
Blizzard
also
lawsuit.
they literally had a new map to reveal, and like all the Activision Blizzard Twitter accounts have just gone silent. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, the state of California sued Blizzard Entertainment, so there's that for sexual harassment and other stuff, and yeah, also some of the stuff in that suit is ridiculous.
Just gross.
Yes,
I'm gonna call it what it is. Just straight up gross.
It's really, really.
I don't know when part of your claim hinges on the fact that a woman committed suicide and you were still distributing her nudes. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like, just beyond belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I have to say about that, but this is not the podcast for that.
I mean,
it is awful and gross.
Yes.
It
could be the podcast, but also I totally understand why we don't really want to get into that because that'd be like an hour-long discussion.
Yeah, that is a Delvin Cox experience. This is a PlayStation experience. So
I was just gonna say that. That's a Delvin Cox experience topic. If I ever heard one.
But yeah, we all stand united, I'm sure, in feeling that this is absolutely horrid.
Yeah.
And the games industry and just industry as a whole needs to get a lot better.
Yeah, also, while we're at it, yes, totally aware of the Ubisoft claims. Ubisoft needs to do better, too. So,
yeah,
just so
all bad.
Yeah.
All bad. All right. Moving right along. What's your story, Delvin? What you got for us?
It's short, simple, but sweet. I like that the Tokyo Olympics, because I didn't know this was a thing until I started seeing videos of it. They are playing a lot of video game music in it, like the theme from Final Fantasy VII, the victory theme from Final Fantasy VII. I think it's some Dragon Age. The hell is it show?
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest, yes. Dragon Quest themes and stuff like that. So the Tokyo Olympics have kind of fully adapted video game culture into it. I think that's kind of a thing in Japan, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Japanese cultures.
Yeah, both of those games are made in Japan, and video games are huge there. So it makes a whole lot of sense to kind of tie that into the Tokyo Olympics. I think it's awesome.
I think it's really cool.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but it's unfortunate that this video surfaced at the time some not great stuff about the Olympics came out. So all that stuff.
There's a lot of not great stuff about the Olympics.
But all of that stuff got swept under the rug as soon as the video game music video came out. Like, nobody's talking about the bad stuff anymore. It's all just the video game music clips.
Again, I live on a different internet then, because I've barely seen anything about this video game stuff and just all the other terrible stuff that's going on with the Olympics. So.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I've seen more about the terrible stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I know all over Reddit that's all that's being talked about, but like my Twitter timeline is filled with the right stuff of like the bad stuff happening. But like I'm not just on Twitter, right? Like I'm on Tumblr, I'm on Reddit, I'm on other places.
Yeah, you're on
And
everything. Literally
yes,
everything.
yes, I am. Also, I loved that last week when I sent you a screenshot of my new lock screen. I just no response for an entire week. For reference, my new hyperfixation on Hope Michelson continues. And I changed my lock screen from being a photo Supergirl to Hope Michelson. And Devin Delvin's response was just not to say anything.
It didn't surprise me at all. Nothing surprised me more with you. Just like I
Nope.
Also, again, shout out to Delvin's tweet in the middle of the week when he saw like a Vampire Diaries tweet. He was like, "This is a Shepard Zarell-ass tweet if I've ever saw."
Yeah, Meg Thee Stallion tweeted out about a random ass Vampire Diaries character. You know, like, yeah, this is a Haley tweet if I ever saw one.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I don't know where we were. What we were
Yeah, we're talking
about
about the
love
music
for
at the
Meg Thee
Olympics.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
like, I'm on all the other stuff and, like, on all the other sites except Twitter. Like, I guess I follow the right people on Twitter. But, like, all I'm seeing is, like, the bad stuff about the Olympics on Twitter. But everywhere else, it's just the video game music thing. So,
Yeah, I mean, we can't take social media for the only place we get news. I mean, like in the actual news, like there's stuff about the actual Olympics and the things that are going on there, and it's really unfortunate. And I still don't understand why the Olympics is even happening at this point.
I mean, yeah.
And yeah, like it's crazy. But as far as like the music stuff, yeah, it was a melody that mixed a bunch of different stuff from Sonic the Hedgehog, Dragon Quest, Nier, all kind of stuff. They mix it in. And the thing is, like, for people who don't know games, it just sounds like some cool music for the Olympics. But for gamers, it's like, oh man, was that this? Oh, was that? So I think it's just pretty cool. And to have it happening in Tokyo, which, you know, you could almost say is like the birthplace of modern gaming when you think about it, it's pretty awesome. So
I don't know. Like it's definitely a cool, like, set piece. I don't know. It's just a shame that, like, there's so much bad stuff about the Olympics going on this year. Like, just one, for example, is I love that Shikari, I forget her last name, Richardson,
Yes.
was barred from the Olympics for a little bit of weed, and then an article came out like 2 days ago about how the Olympics is fully embracing cannabis, and I'm just like, are y'all?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Like,
it was a very controversial because there was an article. I think it was in the Washington Post.
yeah,
Something like that. But it was a very controversial article to say the least because the article itself, the face of the article was two white athletes who were in the Olympics, and they interviewed a bunch of other Olympic athletes talking about them using weed for the Olympics. And then right after, somebody just got suspended and essentially kicked out the Olympics for smoking weed.
yeah.
it's dumb. It's really dumb. But the Olympics are happening. The USA basketball team just lost to France, snapping a 28 game like winning streak or something like that.
How does this happen? like
I don't know, man. Well, that team, it's not a great team. I'm not gonna lie. They don't have a point guard. They don't have a leader. Plus, you got like half the players like that are coming off the finals. Like it's a hot mess.
We need the dream team back.
What's the dream team? I've never watched the Olympics, so
You never heard of the dream team?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, she's also in Canada, so.
But this was like a worldwide. Okay.
You'd also have to follow basketball.
I mean, I'm 25 years old. I live in Canada, and also like I generally don't care about the Olympics. Like the only Olympics I've actually watched is the one that was in Vancouver.
Okay. Let me try to give you a short synopsis of what happened. So back around 92, 94, I want to say, U.S. basketball team was always getting their ass kicked in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like it was a
we didn't send NBA players. We would send college players.
College players. So to drum up interest in the Olympics, the basketball side of it, USA said, you know what? We're going to start sending our professional athletes. So they have essentially assembled what is now known as the Dream Team, where they got all the best players in the NBA to go to the Olympics and play, like Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley. Isaiah Thomas had the qualifications, but he was not selected.
You would bring up Zeke.
I
Like she has
don't-
any idea
I
who
don't
that
know
is.
who that is.
To get that reference, you have to watch the Bulls documentary. But yeah, they got all the best players.
I don't care about basketball. I'm not watching a documentary about basketball.
He's just speaking to our listeners. But yeah,
I know.
basically they assembled the best basketball players in the NBA and they went on to basically trounce everyone in the Olympics and start a precedent where USA was just murdering everybody.
every year.
And until we lost with the Kobe team, Allen Iverson, and a bunch of players that should have won, but again just didn't quite do it. Then they had another team that they called the Redeem Team, where we went back and we started winning gold again, and now we're right back to losing. It's really
Didn't the
weird, but-
LeBron team lose or something like that too?
Yeah, we did. It was he didn't really play a whole lot. It was like when he was young, like I want to say maybe his first or second year in the league or something like that, and they just you had a lot of young players and then veterans that really weren't cohesive enough. It wasn't a good squad from top to bottom, and they lost.
You
They
was
got
on
bronze,
the
I
first Dream
think.
Team. Yeah.
Yeah.
You was on the first Dream Team. Dream Team 1 and Dream Team 2 were by far the best Dream Teams. Like it was not even close because both of those teams are legit Hall of Fame teams, like top 5 basketball players all across the board.
Yeah.
Now we're
So yeah,
losing to
and now
France.
Also, the only other thing, this is a joke for like adults, by the way, but like the only other thing I know about the Olympics is how much of a quote unquote sex fest the Olympic Village is. So
You know you didn't have to preface that. This is a joke for adults. We've been cursing this whole podcast.
right.
I mean, teenagers curse more than I do, so
Yeah. So we got no unity, no camaraderie, as Donnie says. This new NBA team. It's or new assemblage of players for Team USA, and it's not going too well for them right now. They lost several like preliminary games, and now they've lost the first game of the Olympics.
I know there's skateboarding at the Olympics this year too, isn't there?
I have no idea.
I think there is.
I don't follow anything in the Olympics outside of the
Also,
basketball and
shout out-
curling, because curling is awesome.
Hey, I actually used to curl. It was great. I went to provincials here, but then one of our team members decided to punch someone with his thumb like this, and broke his hand.
That's not how you
Right,
punch.
No.
I'm aware that's not how you punch. You definitely do not want to punch with your thumb inside your fist. You're gonna break every bone in your hand. Like no.
Oh,
But no, he did it like the week before provincials, and so yeah, we didn't really have a great time. But yeah, no. Also, shout out to Amazon sending me an email that I can watch the Olympics live through Amazon Prime. Not happening. So
All right, well, let's get off the Olympics and back on the gaming. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider got a 4K 60 mode recently, as I think it was yesterday.
Yes,
it dropped
yeah.
on the PS5. That's cool. I wish they would do more of these where we get these little stealth updates, because
I
that's been
mean,
kind of like the promise.
I
Right.
wish that 2013 would get an update like this. I'd love to go back and replay 2013, but it just
Yeah.
it doesn't look great. Well, I mean, it looks all right. Like it's a it's a PS3 and 4 game, but like
Yeah, I mean they remastered it from PS3 to PS4, and that looks good, but it doesn't have like the
Yeah.
60 frames or whatnot. But you would think that if they were to do Shadow, that they could do the other two.
yeah, Rise getting a patch like that would be fantastic. It's my
Yeah.
favorite. It's my favorite of the three.
I
Because
didn't
Rise has
realize-
a 60 frames mode. You should think that they would be able to also do what they did with Shadow.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize Shadow was such a controversial game.
Oh,
People
it's
don't like it.
so
I
here's
don't understand that
here-
at all.
here-
It's
here's why
freaking great.
here's why people don't like Shadow. I think it's stupid. Not the game. Like I enjoyed what I played. I haven't finished it. I'll get back to it at some point. But there's less combat in Shadow than there is in Rise and 2013, and people don't like that. There's
I
more
like that about
focus.
Shadow.
There's more focus on puzzles instead, and again, trophy hunters aren't the general, but like the general consensus among trophy hunters I've seen is that a lot of the trophies require you to do combat, and there's not enough combat scenarios in the game to actually get the combat trophies. Among other people, they just don't like the design philosophy change because the last one was done by Eidos as opposed to Crystal Dynamics.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't feel like there was. I felt like it was just a continuation. Like I felt like there was plenty of combat.
I do
I had
have
plenty of stuff to do. It felt like just more Tomb Raider.
I do have one big complaint about Shadow, and that's that for half the game you literally can't wear most of the outfits in the game. Like
I never changed her outfit, not once.
so
I did.
like trying to like in that little village in the town or whatever, you literally can only wear tunics. You cannot wear any of the other outfits, which give you great combat abilities or great puzzle abilities. Can't use them for like half the game.
I want to ask you both this. Did you change the outfit based on her location? Because I did that all the time. Like if she was in a snowy area, I would put on like warm clothes and stuff like that. I did that all the time.
No, like I would like there's the first DLC has like a World War II uniform type thing, but like the perk for it is great. You can use it in one area of the game and that's it.
Whatever the hell she was wearing was whatever the hell she was wearing. I did not care about changing her outfit one bit.
I thought it didn't make sense for her to be like in a tank top.
Oh, yeah.
It's snowing and freezing to death. Like
It makes no sense at all, but I know I wasn't going to freeze to death, so I'm not bothering with changing her outfit.
Yeah, I don't know.
All I care about are the weapons. Give me the guns.
I much preferred Rise of the Tomb Raider to Shadow.
I like them both a
I
lot.
like all three of them.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Tomb Raider franchise. I mean, the story people probably didn't like as much in Shadow, but I feel like all of the stories are pretty much like really out there and wild. So
it is a pretty big departure because it did change some lore about her father. So there's that too. But again, all I know is that the next Tomb Raider game, and this is straight from Square Enix's mouth, and actually the Tomb Raider Twitter account, which is verified by the way, and not like a random account posting a rumor. The next Tomb Raider game will converge the timelines. So like from the classic Tomb Raider games and the prequels, like they're converging in the next game, whatever that is.
Cool.
I never played any of the original Tomb Raiders.
I didn't either.
So
the only thing I know about the original
there.
The only thing I know about the original Tomb Raider games, by the way, is that there's a Midas hand or whatever in one of them, and if you step on it, the die animation is Lara turning to gold.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah. Give me more Tomb Raider. I'm all about it. Upgrade them guns. Kill some things.
I like the bow and arrow.
So what arrow?
The bow and arrow. Just
yes, yeah.
Picking people
Oh
up.
yeah.
So
you know how you give me a bow, we're good to go.
Give me the compound bow though. I don't like the recurve bow.
I just give me a bow and let me upgrade it. That's all I need.
That's a really good question.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. I was gonna say Downey asked a question. Let's go ahead and answer it for him before he gets upset.
He asked, "What games would you actually replay if they got a patch like this?"
First off, Arkham Knight. I would definitely replay that if you got a 4K 60 patch. Absolutely, Batman in 60 frames. Let's see what else. I don't know, probably a lot, honestly. Like just trying to think of titles off the top of my hand. Like if they went back and patched, I think they did actually. I'm not entirely sure. If they went back and patched any of the Infamous games to be 60 frames per second, I'd go play those.
Well, the Infamous games are unlocked, so
yeah,
they have an unlocked frame rate, so you can hit 60 in Second Son and First Light.
Uncharted 4, I'd definitely go back and play if it got a 60 frames per second thing. Lost Legacy as well, I'd play because Chloe and Nadine, great combo.
What about you, Delvin? Anything you go back and replay?
Shoot, I go back and replay stuff anyway, so it's kind of like, I guess, like if they up-res Until Dawn to 4K 60, I'd replay that just to see how it looks. I don't know. It's just like it's a lot of stuff out there. I just want to replay in general. Like I'm replaying Transformers Devastation right now, and I love it. So I'd probably replay that if it was 4K 60. It looks like a freaking cartoon. So that's awesome. So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know that there's anything that I would necessarily replay. Um, I'd probably play a lot of stuff that I hadn't played, like a Dying Light or something like that, if they actually put it in 60. Like
Dying Light, love it.
God of War, I didn't finish, so I finished it when they had the patch, but I started playing it before the patch finished. I think for the most part, I can't think of anything that I'd want to replay. Like I replayed Star Wars
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order when it got its patch, but again, I would already started replaying that before it got the patch. Then it got the patch mid replay. Same with God of War. I don't know if there's anything else that I would necessarily replay. Like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'm not gonna replay the game, but I'm definitely gonna like check it out and just see what it looks like at 60 frames. The same thing that I did with The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. Like I haven't completely replayed it, but I just checked it out just to see, how it looks, and I can't wait for that expansion.
Also, Dev is not going to pet the cats, monkeys, or deers, so shame on him.
For what? For what? I already got the platinum, so I
know.
don't care about it being 100% because it's done 100% now.
I doubt there'll be a trophy related to that. However, on that note, there is a trophy in the new Assassin's Creed DLC that's coming out to pet all the cats in a specific location. So I'm sure that'll be a pain to find all those cats.
Yeah. Donnie says the Order 1886. That would actually be a cool one to see in 60 frames, but I never finished that one. So
it would be, but I don't know that would happen because those developers are owned by Facebook now.
Not gonna lie, I love that game.
I platinumed that game in 6 hours. Like I started brand new save from start to finish. Platinumed that game in 6 hours.
I can literally platinum it if I go back to it and play it now, replay the whole game. Because I think I'm missing like 2 trophies or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a fun game.
Are they combat trophies or collectible trophies? Because I'm pretty sure if they're just collectible trophies, you can just chapter select.
I think it's collectible.
Okay,
I have to go check, but I know I'm not missing that many.
Yeah.
And I love that game. It was so much fun. I know people gave it flack for when it came out because of its length of the game and stuff like that. But I liked it. I liked the fact that it was a short game.
It was a fun story. I wish they would have explored the Lycan aspect more, but
I like it a lot, man. Such a fun game.
Yeah, I never finished it. So I would finish it maybe if it had a 60 frames.
Now I want to go back and play it. Now you want to play the Order.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything that I would actually replay? It's a tough one, Donnie. I don't replay games,
I don't know.
sir.
Hey, Dev, are we grouping up for Dying Light 2? Is that happening? Is that happening?
No, absolutely not.
Delvin, is that happening? Come on, we grouping up.
I like Dying Light 1 a lot. I might play with somebody in Dying Light 2. I won't put it out. I won't just directly say no because it's
okay.
I'm directly saying no.
I know. I knew you were solo. I knew what your answer was going to be before I even asked. I just wanted to see your reaction.
I won't leave it out the question. I'll probably try that with you.
I'm sure there'll be a co-op trophy. So I'm trying to get a partner out of the way right now, right? So because there's a co-op, you don't need to complete everything in co-op in Dying Light 1. You just need to complete 4 or 5 missions with the same co-op partner or whatnot, and it's a pain in the ass. So
because there's a couple of games I'm looking at right now that I'm thinking I'd probably play a little multiplayer on that, the Aliens one that's coming out.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I'd play that multiplayer.
I mean, it's part of the story. It's Aliens Fireteam. It's meant to be played co-op, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the whole point. And I like Aliens, so I'd probably play that multiplayer if I had somebody to play with.
I still don't believe you. I don't even think you know how to turn your system online to do that.
I was saying.
I mean, he actually, hold on. There's a game he didn't talk about that he was playing this week. Watch Dogs Legion, sir. You were online playing Watch Dogs Legion.
I was playing Watch Dogs Legion. I completely forgot I played it. I legit forgot I played it.
It's forgettable, that's for sure.
I was having fun with it. Actually, I was having a lot of fun with it.
Did you pick up the DLC or what?
No, I told you wait for that to go on sale.
It's on the gold edition's on sale right now for $44. And that's Canadian, so it's probably $30.
It's 30. It's 30.
Yeah, 30 in the States.
I'm weighing my options. How much does the DLC cost?
I mean the season pass on its own here is $55, so like $40 on its own.
Yeah, so the gold edition gets you all that for 30, and you probably have Watch Dogs Legion, a disc copy that you can go trade in.
No, I have the digital version.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my goodness.
it would still let you buy the gold edition because you don't own the DLC for it. So
Yeah, I did that with
the only thing is that wouldn't let you buy the Ultimate Edition, which you don't really need because the only thing you get with the Ultimate Edition are like 4 extra operatives, and I only used one of them.
Oh, so. I will say this since we brought up those disc copies and stuff like that. I did that with Mortal Kombat. I owned the original MK11 for a long time digitally, but somebody bought me Ultimate for Christmas. So this week when I went and traded all my stuff, I traded in my Ultimate and got like $40 for it, $35 for it for like a bonus credit and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I used my PlayStation money to go pay because I think the Ultimate upgrade is like $15 now.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna pick up the Aftermath expansion and play that because it's on sale right now for like $16 in Canada. Yeah. So
I just did that, made me a little money off of that deal.
Nice. All right, let's get into our last little story, topic of the week type stuff. So, the PS Plus games have leaked for August. We already knew one of them because in the state of play, they told us that we were getting, Hunter's Arena Legends.
Yes.
Which is a PS5 game only. So, we knew we were getting that. But then it's also leaked out that we're getting Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville and Tennis World Tour 2. Not the greatest games, but still, pretty good games. I probably won't play any of these. I might play Tennis World Tour 2. I like it.
Is Serena in Tennis World Tour?
Is it? I
don't know.
have no idea.
I got no clue.
It just every time we get a PS Plus announcement, people are either super excited about it or they're like, "Oh, I already have those games. This is a weak month. This is stupid." And it's like, why do people get so upset about free games? You're paying for them, but technically, you're going to get some free games every month with PS Plus. You don't necessarily just buy PS Plus for the games. You buy it because you need it to play online and other stuff. So why is it that people always get so upset when it's not games that they want on this free service instead of just looking at it as I've got more games?
I don't know. It's frustrating for sure. Like seeing people go like, "Wow, PlayStation has a shitty month," and I'm like, "Yeah, but okay, it's a shitty month to you, but to someone, this is a gold mine." Like,
I will say this, and this is kind of, I'm gonna shoot them some bail because this year
they have been
knocking it out the park with their PlayStation Plus lineups each month. So we can give them credit to have like. Didn't we get like Bug Snacks for free and stuff like that?
We did. Yeah. We got the PS5 version of Bug Snacks. We got Control Ultimate Edition for like the version that everyone was going to have to rebuy if they wanted the upgrade. Like all PlayStation Plus members got that.
Destruction All-Stars.
Worms Rumble, Man Eater, the Control Ultimate Edition, Destruction All-Stars. We got a game called Baquette, Wreckfest, Operation Tango. A Plague's Tale Innocence last month.
Yeah.
Like we've gotten some really good games along with that we've always gotten 2 more additional PS4 games.
Yeah.
And it's like people just get so upset. Oh, shit month. It should just be like, oh, that's cool.
Also,
like some games I might play, might not play,
Just add them to your library. They're free. They're part of your subscription. So like why do you care? Or okay, you're not gonna play them. But maybe one day you'll want to, and guess what? Now you don't have to go buy it. Like, I don't understand this mentality of, like, being angry. It's like it's like when the PS4 first came out and we were only getting indie games for that. Everyone was mad. And I'm like, y'all really expect them to start giving you, like, brand new PS4 games at launch? Like, granted, we've gotten some PS5 games like that, but even still, it's like, okay, that's not always going to be the case. Like, yeah, we've gotten Final Fantasy VII Remake and a bunch of other good stuff for PS4 games as well, like as like PS Plus games. So, okay, they have an off month. Who cares? They've already given you like $400 worth of games this year.
Yeah. you would think that people would just be more akin and just be like, "Oh, cool. I'm not gonna play these games, but it's great. You know, we're still getting free games." But it's not like these games are like total slouches. Plus, you're getting a brand new game day and date that it comes out. Even though it may
Yeah.
not be for you, you're still getting like a brand new game.
Yep.
It just never ceases to amaze me just how upset people get over free shit.
I saw one person going, "I want compensation for this." I'm like, "Okay, you want 5 cents, or because that's essentially what the equivalent like ties out to." Like, sir, your $60 subscription to PlayStation Plus a year is not worth you getting $10 for a month where you don't get any games that you want to play. That's not how that works.
And let's even just add in the fact that PlayStation's been doing really good with like the play at home initiative. Like, hey, here's a free game.
Here's 9 free games.
Like, here's a game. We don't want nothing for it. Just here you go. Just keep it up. Do you think so? Like, if you can, this is not nothing to get mad about. Like, you're getting good stuff, even if it's not your cup of tea this month. I guarantee you've gotten some stuff at least one of these months that's worth your $60 a year.
Yeah.
Why bitch about it? Like, just enjoy it.
Because the internet just wants to be mad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that just seems to be the precedent. Like people just want to be upset all the time. They just want to find things to be mad about. It's a damn shame. Damn shame. The internet. But yeah, those are our PS Plus games for the month. I'm sure we'll have better months down the road if people think this is such a bad month. But I mean, again, it's just padding out your library. Now you've got 3 games you probably didn't have, or maybe you got 1 game you didn't have.
Yeah,
So
that's my favorite other thing is when people are like, "Well, I got nothing this month." All right, you bought them already, okay? But other people get a month. Like sometimes that happens for me. Like I think the month they gave Arkham Knight away, I think it was Arkham Knight or one of the Arkham games, but like I owned it in every other game. I was like, cool, great month for everybody. I own everything, but enjoy. Like,
yeah.
I'm not upset that the money I pay for PlayStation Plus allows others to get games that I've maybe already bought because I was interested in and bought them day one. Like, why would that make me upset? More people get to play a great game. Like,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. I guess people only care when it affects them. I mean, most of the months I have already had the games that come to PS Plus, or they're games I don't really plan on playing, but I'm still like, cool, add them to the library.
yeah.
Every time. Add to the
like
library.
It's like the PS Plus collection. Persona 5's in there, and I've made this joke several times, and I'm gonna make it again. I already went through high school as a quote unquote boy. Not happening again. Like, give me a Persona game with a girl. Sure, I'll play it. I'll give it a shot. People keep telling me I'd like it, but I'm not playing it unless I can play as a girl. Like, sorry.
Not everything has to be for you all the time.
Exactly.
It's okay. It's okay.
But like, I still added Persona 5 from the Plus collection to my library. Like, I added everything in that collection that I didn't own to my library. Like, why wouldn't I?
As you should. As you should. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the PlayStation Experience. Episode 92 in the
93.
books. 93? 93. I can't count.
No, last week was 92.
I'm terrible at this. Gotta be better at my job.
At counting?
Yeah, apparently. Updating the notes, putting in 93, instead of 92.
I mean, didn't it say like episode 59 for like 6 weeks? So
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
We hope you enjoyed yourself. Please feel free to holler at us over on the Twitters at PlayStation XP. Stop by our blog at psvg.blog or the Discord at psvg.blog/Discord and tag Delvin in the general chat just to bring him out.
Son of a bitch.
I love
fun.
that I actually we should bring up why Delvin was tagged because it relates to something with this podcast. So if y'all recall the bet Delvin and I made, it came out this week that Ubisoft says it's too early to say when Beyond Good and Evil 2 might come out. I'm feeling pretty good about that free game Delvin's gonna own me.
What the fuck are they talking about? They destroyed footage of the game like 2 years ago. Like, running. Like,
Yeah.
It's still too early to know. I mean, this is also alongside news that the Black Flag spin-off game made, I forget, like, what is it called again?
Uh,
The pirate game.
Blood and
Blood
nah,
and
Blood and Truth. Skull and Bones.
There you go. That game may never come out. So there's that. Like that game's been in development for 8 years and restarted development 8 times. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that
all
game's
that.
never coming out.
But
And
yeah,
Beyond Good and Evil 2, if it does come out, it's not coming out till 2024 at least. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that free game Delvin's gonna owe me.
yeah.
Yeah.
What year was it?
What do you mean? What year was it?
What year was that it had to come out by for the bet?
Oh, for me to owe you a free game, it has to come out anytime before January 1st, 2024. For
Okay.
you to owe me a game, as soon as January 1st, 2024 hits, boom, you owe me a game.
Yes.
well, there you have it. Bet's been made.
I mean,
She's feeling real good about it.
Bet's been rehashed because this
Yeah.
bet was made in like episode 11 of the podcast.
Yes.
So all that to say, tag Delvin in general, just so he pops in.
Fuck it.
So he has to come and see, and just to remove even the notification.
See, that's how you get me because I hate seeing all the notifications. On my
Yeah,
phone.
Yep.
like literally, I tagged Delvin. He showed up and was like, "Yeah, I bet you do." And then
People just kept tagging him. I just kept tagging him and said,
I
like,
think-
hey,
I think-
we're gonna
I think
keep
it
you in
was.
here.
I think it was you who was like Delvin in general. He's like, they tricked me, and then it's a Bob's Burgers gift.
It was
Yes.
great. It
Yeah,
was great. So yeah, come to our Discord. We have fun there. It's
yes,
good
we do.
stuff. Also our Patreon at patreon.com/PSVG. $3 a month gets you additional content. We do have some stuff lined up. One day Delvin will get his behind the scenes episode. If I have to do it myself, we'll see. Maybe one day.
Like Thanos.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it
It'll-
myself. Go grab the glove,
Yeah.
which will be like the golden headphones and a mic,
Oh my
and sit down and do a DLC with Delvin.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, I'd like to give a special thank you to our patrons at the producer level, Mr. Michael Masick, Edwin Callow, Stephen Keller, Nick Creature, Ben Moxham, Nick Fall Harbor, Paul Calicote, Kyle Heyman, myself, Josh the Bone Soberbone, RJ Kern, Horse Girl 69, Zach Adams, and Joe Wilson. Thank you guys for your joining us in the journey that is PSVG. And with that in mind, let the people know where they can find you, Haley.
You can find me over on Twitter at Shepard Zarel, agreeing with Delvin when he tags me in Vampire Diaries tweets that I didn't expect Delvin to see.
I see
You can-
anything Meg the Stallion tweets out.
You can find me on your game platform of choice at Haley Zarel. Hey, while we're here, maybe don't send me messages asking me to buy you games when usually I can barely afford to buy them myself. That was a fun message I got last night. I'm only 13. Can you buy me this game? No. Who are you? You're not even on my friends list. Why are you messaging me asking me to buy you games?
That sounds like a case waiting to happen.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
random
no.
stuff that you get as messages. Good Lord.
I blocked the person because you're 13. I don't want to interact with you. I'm sorry. Like maybe we shouldn't be interacting.
Yes.
Also, like, I'm not buying you a game. You're not on my friends list, so how did you even find me?
And this is why Delvin stays offline.
Yep. Pretty much.
You can also find me on twitch.tv/Israel. Again, I really don't know if streaming is going to be possible for a while with this new work schedule. So, I don't know. My days off are going to be weird. It's like Sundays and Tuesdays, so...
weird.
It is weird. I mean, I'm glad to have Sundays off because it makes recording easier, but like
Yeah.
Tuesdays, come on now. And then you can find me on tumblr.com at haleysarel.tumblr.com. Again, it's mostly Vampire Diaries and Legacies and Hope Michelson stuff over there right now. And regular shit posting because that's what Tumblr's for. And yeah.
All right. And where can people find you at, Delvin?
You can find me on Twitter at Delvin_Cox. Check out the Delvin Cox Experience anywhere you get podcasts, especially these next 2 weeks, because last week was Aerial Knight. And folks who know Aerial Knight, he created the game Never Yield. So you might want to hear that interview. Talk about his journey in creating that game and things like that, and the problems a black video game creator may run into trying to get into the gaming industry. And this week, for my wrestling fans, I have Danny Limelight on the podcast. Talk about his movie he made. So,
Awesome. Go check
go.
that out. Go check out my man Delvin doing the Lord's work, all the podcasts in the world. You do so many things, Delvin.
Yes.
We don't appreciate you enough. Gonna give you your flowers now.
Thank you.
Give Delvin the gold medal now.
Yeah. You can find me at Dat Ninja Dev pretty much everywhere. Just come talk to me, talk some trash, whatever. I'm around. But don't be adding me and asking for games because I'm not doing that either. That's a real quick insta block.
No. The only person who owes me a game is Delvin, and that's not for another 2 years. So he's good on that front.
The only person who can ask me for a game is Meg the Stallion. Maybe my son.
I mean, your kids can definitely ask you for a game. That's their job. They're your kids.
Nah, get a job. Get a job, you bum.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Oh man! Shout out to Delvin Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, Delvin? Little Delvin, how you doing, buddy? And with that, long live play.
PlayStation